we go into this next half of the chapter in which we will do methods of preparations of alcohols. First of all, let's go on to the electronic structure of the functional group. Now, when we are talking of any alcohol, it has the following tetrahedral structure in which hydroxyl group that is going to be present in this manner, right? There are going to be two lone pair of electrons which are going to be present on oxygen, and because the hybridization over here is sp3, the expected bond angle should be 109.5, but it is seen that the bond angle over here, that is 108.5. Now, why the bond angle that is reduced? The bond angle is reduced due to this lone pair repulsion. Okay? So it is according to this lone pair repulsion over here that the bond angle that is reduced to 108.5. Now, when we are talking of phenol, in case of phenol, again the hybridization over here, when we are talking of, the hybridization is, although sp2 hybridized this thing, carbon atom which is present, but the bond angle between oxygen and hydrogen, that is going to be 109 degrees, right? So bond angle in alcohols is 108.5 because of lone pair repulsions. Now over here, you can see that when we are looking at the electronegativities, if we are comparing the electronegativities of carbon and oxygen that is going to be more electronegative. Okay? In a similar manner, if we are talking of the electronegativity difference between oxygen and hydrogen, again oxygen is going to be more electronegative. So this bond, this pair of electrons, they are going to be attracted more towards oxygen because of more electronegativity of oxygen, and this is also going to be attracted more towards oxygen, which makes oxygen very susceptible for many reactions because of increased electron density. So carbon over here is going to get a slight positive charge, hydrogen a slight positive charge, and oxygen over here that is going to get a slight negative charge. So this is going to be a polar molecule with a dipole moment of 1.71 dipole, right? Now phenol is going to have lesser dipole moment because of sp2 hybridization. It is seen that the dipole moment over here, that is going to be 1.54 dipole. Now this is because of the electron attracting capacity of the benzene ring. Benzene ring that is going to attract the electrons, as a result of which the electron density on oxygen that is going to decrease, right? So phenol is going to be less reactive with respect to alcohols because of decrease of electron density on oxygen due to the electron attracting power of the benzene ring. We will see later that benzene over here is resonantly stabilized. So because of that, it is going to attract these lone pair of electrons towards itself. So that is going to decrease the reactivity of the benzene ring. In a similar manner as you had done in case of haloalkanes. You'd see now that the chlorine that was doubly bonded to the benzene ring, or it was in hyperconjugation with the benzene ring, because of that the nucleophilic substitution reactions were not possible. The same is going to go over here also. Okay, so this is what the electronic structure is. Then let's go on to methods of preparation of alcohols. So when we're doing the methods of preparation of alcohols, some of the reactions you have done in your previous chapter. Okay, let's go on to methods of preparation. So when we're doing methods of preparation of alcohol over here, the first one is by hydrolysis of alkyl halides. By hydrolysis of alkyl halides with aqueous alkalis. With aqueous alkalis. Now over here we are going to react this thing Rx. This is going to be reacted the halogen alkyl halide with aqueous KOH. This is a substitution reaction which we had already done in our previous chapter. This is going to give us ROH plus KX. Let's take an example over here. We have CH3, CH2, Br plus aqueous KOH. This is going to give us CH3, CH2OH plus HBr. Okay? So this is going to be the reaction. Now this method that is not appropriate for olefins as they are going to form side products. So alkenes अगर हम लोग लेते हैं, then this method that is not going to be suitable because it may form certain side products, and those side products then they are difficult to separate. ठीक है? So this is what hydrolysis of alkyl halides are. So this same reaction can also be done with the help of moist silver hydroxide, when we are going to get over here ROH plus AgI. Okay? If you are taking tertiary butyl alcohols, in case of tertiary butyl alcohols, if you are reacting it with aqueous KOH, instead of getting alcohols, the major product that is going to be alkenes. So these are the type of questions which are asked to you in the competitions. If you are taking we discussed this in quite a detail when we were doing the comparison between substitution and elimination reactions in our previous chapter. Okay? So we're taking over here tertiary butyl bromide and we are reacting this with aqueous NaOH. Then instead of getting an alcohol, the common product which we are going to get over here is butene. That is because over here this OH negative that is going to behave as a strong base. So it has a tendency to abstract a proton rather than taking a substitution path. Okay? So over here we have plus NaBr plus H2O. Okay? Then we have the secondary alkyl halides. The secondary alkyl halides, they are going to give us a mixture of alkenes and alcohols both. So if you're taking a secondary alkyl halide over here, CH3, CH, right? So this is going to be a secondary alkyl halide. When we are reacting this with KOH, aqueous KOH, this will give us a mixture of CH3, CH double bond CH2, which is a propene, and plus an alcohol. Okay, so primary is going to give only alcohol, tertiary is going to give only alkene, and secondary is going to give us a mixture of alkene as well as alcohol. So please remember the following points when we are doing this reaction. Number one, hydrolysis of 1 degree halides. This we've done in our previous chapter. So when we're taking the 1 degree halides over here, hydrolysis that is going to follow the SN2 mechanism. Okay? And the tertiary that is going to follow the SN1 mechanism. And the 2 degree may follow SN1 or it may follow SN2 both. Because that is placed in the center. ठीक है? सेकेंड जो यहाँ पे हमारे पास रिएक्शन आता है, that is hydration of alkenes. The hydration of alkenes that is generally done in the presence of an acid. So it is an acid catalyzed reaction. The mechanism of this reaction is very, very important. So let's just take an example over here. We have an alkene. As I just said, that the reaction that is going to take place in presence of an acid. So we are taking over here H2SO4. Now this is going to be an addition reaction first, where H2SO4 that is going to add up to the alkene such that the product which we are getting over here is going to be this, right? This is whatever the R group is. If it is CH3, this is propane hydrogen sulfate. Okay? If it is R, is going to be SH3. Now over here then we boil this with H2O. when we boil this with H2O, we are going to get an alcohol, and the H2SO4 which was used to catalyze the reaction, that is recovered back as it is. So let's take an example over here. When we're taking an example over here, we have CH2 double bond CH2. This is going to react with H2SO4. This will give us the addition product, which is CH3 CH2 HSO4. You boil this with water and we are going to get the respective alcohol, which is CH3 CH2OH. Okay? And with this, the H2SO4 that is going to be recovered. Now over here, please remember, except ethyl alcohol, no other primary alcohol can be prepared by this method. So it is only ethyl alcohol which can be prepared by this method. Apart from ethyl alcohol, no primary alcohol that is going to be prepared by this method. So generally we prepare secondary and tertiary. Okay, let's look at the mechanism. As I said, that the mechanism that is very important to, number one, manipulate the products. Number two, with respect to the boards, because in boards you may get to write the mechanism of hydration of alkenes, which is of 2 marks. Okay, so when we're doing the mechanism over here, the mechanism that is going to take place in 3 steps. In the first step, protonation of water is going to take place. You know that there are 2 lone pair of electrons, so this can attack on this such as to give us protonated water. This is the protonated water. This is the first step. Now this protonated water that is going to attack at the alkene. So if we have alkene over here plus we have the protonated water over here. Right? So this is going to attack at the double bond over here such that this hydrogen that can be abstracted by the double bond and this bond can be, it goes back to oxygen to re-yield water. So what are we going to get over here? We are going to get a carbocation. And plus water, which is recovered back. Okay? Now in the second step, the cation, carbocation which is formed, that is going to react with another molecule of water. This is the carbocation which we have over here, plus water. This lone pair of electrons can attack at this carbon atom because of the positive charge which is present. So we are going to get over here with a positive charge which goes on oxygen. This is known as protonated alcohol, right? Now in the third step, deprotonation is going to take place such that the proton that is going to be recovered. So we have the third step. Now we are taking the protonated alcohol, which is right? Now from here the proton that is going to be recovered. So that is why this step that is known as deprotonation of alcohol or deprotonation step. So what are we going to get over here now? Plus H positive. As it was acid catalyzed reaction, you can see that the catalyst that is recovered back finally in the third step. Right? Now when we are talking of intermediate 2-degree carbocation, we already have studied that whenever there is an intermediate 2-degree carbocation, because you can see that this mechanism that is again proceeding with the formation of a carbocation. So if in case over here you can see the possibility of formation of a 3-degree carbocation by taking into consideration the hydride shift. So please remember the main product will always be 3-degree. Okay, so let's take an example over here where the possibility of a 3-degree carbocation that is going to be there, and how do we show the 1,2 hydride shift. Although we have done this in our previous chapter also. So let's see, we are having a compound of the type CH3C This is the compound which we have. This is 3-methyl butene. Okay. Now over here, on addition of H positive, what is going to happen? The formation of a carbocation that is going to take place. So what is the carbocation? If the bond is shifting over here, because the electrons are shifting over here, the hydrogen that is going to attack at this carbon atom. So what are we going to get over here? We will get CH3 CH3 plus positive sign on this, and we have CH3. So this is a 2-degree carbocation. In order to form a 1-degree carbocation, there is going to be a hydride shift which is going to take place, and from where that hydride shift will take place, this hydrogen is going to shift over here, and the positive charge that is going to shift on this carbon atom to give us a 3-degree carbocation which is going to be more stable. So this is 1, 2, hydride shift. Okay. So what are we going to get over here? We have CH3, C, CH3 positive, CH2 and CH3. Now this carbocation which is formed is a more stable carbocation, and it is going to be 3-degree. So when the nucleophile is now going to attack, nucleophile over here is going to be OH negative. The product is going to be different than the expected. So what is going to be the product over here? We have CH3C Okay, so instead of getting a 2-degree alcohol, because of 1,2 hydride shift, we are going to get a 3-degree alcohol. So before going on to the answer or the option of these type of questions, please look into the facts that whether there is a 3-degree carbocation possibility present in the reaction. Is it clear? Let's take some other examples over here of the same type of reaction. Right? So other examples which we have over here. What happens if we are taking heavy water? These are typically competition type of questions which we get over here. So if we are having a CH3, CH2, CH double bond CH2, and they say that the reaction that is taking place in presence of deuterium ion and in presence of water. Okay, now in this case you will see that the deuterium ion that is going to attack at this carbon atom and OH will attack at this carbon atom. So the product which we are going to get over here is CH3, CH2, CH, OH and CH2D. Right? So be very careful where the D has to be attached. I am giving you another example over here in which we are just changing the conditions a little. Rest, the compound which we are taking is same. Now over here we are doing this reaction in presence of H positive but B2O. So what will happen now? H will attack at this carbon atom and OD will attack at this carbon atom. So the product which we are going to get over here is CH3, CH2, CH, OD and CH3. So remember, whatever the question, this reaction mechanism or the conditions they are given to you. If the reaction is taking place in presence of D positive, OH negative is going to attack here. If the reaction is taking place in presence of H positive, OD is going to attack here. Now if we are taking both as heavy water and deuterium ion, we are doing this reaction in presence of D positive and D2O. This is going to give us in both the cases, this is going to be present. Okay? So this is going to be the difference over here. This is the second, this thing which we have done over here, the hydration of alkenes. Right? The next we are going to do is oxymercuration, demercuration method of preparation. All these methods we are preparing from alkenes only. The first, हम लोगों ने किससे किया? Substitution by KOH. ठीक है? So that was a substitution reaction. That is, we are preparing alcohols from alkyl halides. Now this was the second in which we have prepared alcohols from alkenes. In this we have done the first method. The first method which we did was hydration of alkenes. ठीक है? सेकेंड मेथड जो हम इसमें कर रहे हैं, दैट इज oxymercuration demercuration method. Oxymercuration demercuration method. In this case, we are going to react the alkene with mercury acetate. Okay? So what is going to be the reaction? We have a general reaction first, RCH double bond CH2. The reaction that is going to take place in presence of mercuric acetate. The reaction can take place in presence of either of the two solvents. We can take tetrahydrofuran over here in presence of water. So this is the solvent which we are taking. Now over here we are going to get again an addition product first, that is known as hydroxy alkyl mercury compound. Right? So we have over here our CHOH and CH2 HGOAC. This is an addition compound which we are getting, hydroxy alkyl mercury compound. Okay, so this is the addition, this thing which we are getting over here. Now this is going to be reacted with sodium borohydride. So we are taking this compound in the second step, CHOH, CH2, HGOAC. Okay, now this is going to be reacted with sodium borohydride in presence of OH negative. When we are going to get the respective alcohol, we have R, CH, OH and CH3. So this is what the reaction is going to be. Okay, now over here, if you are given a compound like this, sorry, CH2, right? If you're given a compound like this, over here if you're reacting this with HGOAC whole twice, the reaction that is taking place in presence of, first we are taking THF and H2O, and in the second step we are reacting this with sodium borohydride. So we are going to get, जहाँ पे डबल बॉन्ड होगा वहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन अटैच करेगा और उसके साथ वाले कार्बन पे OH अटैच करेगा. So it's going to be the same mechanism which is being followed. For every reaction you may not be given the same type of compounds. There may be certain complicated ones as this is given. So now how the reaction is going to proceed? In a similar manner, as you can see if you're looking at this reaction over here. Okay, let's go on to this reaction. ओवर हियर व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, जिसके साथ डबल बॉन्ड है वहां पे OH लग रहा है, ठीक है, जिस कार्बन के साथ डबल बॉन्ड है उसके साथ OH लग रहा है और हाइड्रोजन नेक्स्ट के साथ लग रहा है। सेम इज गोइंग टू हैपन ओवर हियर, इसके साथ डबल बॉन्ड है तो इसके साथ अगर डबल बॉन्ड है तो यहाँ पे OH अटैक करेगा और इस CH2 के साथ हाइड्रोजन अटैक करेगा। सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी द कंपाउंड व्हिच वी आर गोइंग टू गेट। डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज्ड कि इतना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सा हमको कुछ भी नहीं कराया था, क्या होगा, यू नीड टू नो व्हाट द प्रोडक्ट इज according to the reagent. If this is the reagent and you know that this reagent is going to give us alcohol, you should know where the OH has to be attached. That is the only thing in organic chemistry which you need to remember. Okay? Then the next reaction we have hydroboration oxidation method. Hydroboration oxidation method. In this case, we are going to react the alkene with diborane. Diborane is B2H6, right? Which can be converted to BH3. Now, if you're doing this reaction, the reaction that will take place in presence of a peroxide and the anti-Markovnikov rule that is going to be followed. So we have CH3, CH, double bond CH2. I'm writing this as HBH2 over here. H is going to be the positive part and BH2 that is going to be the negative part. ठीक है? Now, when the reaction that is going to take place in presence of a peroxide, as I said that anti-Markovnikov's rule will be followed. The negative part will attack at the carbon atom with greater number of hydrogens. ठीक है? And the positive part that is going to attack over here. So what are we getting over here is we will have CH3, CH2, CH2, BH2. Okay? Now we are going to react this with another molecule of alkene such that another hydrogen from this that is going to be substituted. So we are going to get over here dipropylborane. This is known as propylborane. On reacting it with another molecule of alkene, we are going to get dipropylborane. Then we reacted with another molecule of propene, CH2. We are going to get over here tripropylborane. So we have CH3, CH2, CH2 whole thrice and B. Okay, this is tripropylborane. Finally, we do the hydrolysis of this such that we get 3 molecules of propyl alcohol. ठीक है? And plus with that we are going to get boron hydroxide. So this is going to be the reaction over here. Okay? फिर उसके बाद we have again, if we are taking a tertiary, we are taking 2 different reagents for the same reaction. Let's see what is going to be the difference in reaction now. I'm going to continue the third part only over here. We are taking one reactant as CH3C, CH3, CH3 and CH double bond CH2. ठीक है? This is going to be 3,3-dimethyl butene. Now over here, if we are reacting this or we are bringing about the reaction with number 1 BH3 in tetrahydrofuran and number 2 the product which is formed over here, that is reacted with hydrogen peroxide, right? And the reaction medium over here, that is going to be a basic medium. In this case, the OH will, please, this is a very important concept over here. In this case, the OH that is going to attack at the carbon atom with greater number of hydrogens, because we are doing the reaction in presence of peroxide. So what is going to be the product over here? CH3, CH3, CH2, CH2, OH. So if looking at the IUPAC name of this, it is 3,3-dimethyl-butanol. Isn't it? But if we're doing the same reaction in presence of H positive, acidic hydration we are doing. So that is going to give us, there's going to be 1,2 hydride shift which will take over here, such that the carbocation that is formed is going to be a tertiary stable carbocation. Right? So this is the mechanism, जो कि mechanism होगा according to the hydration of alkenes. So if the reaction conditions are written like this, what is going to be the product over here? This is going to be your product. Is it clear? So if they have given you this compound with these reagents, you're going to get a 1-alcohol. Okay? And if you're getting the same, you're doing the hydration over here, the possibility of the more stable carbocation that has to be found out. So यहाँ पे हमारे पास क्या product बन रहा है? We are getting 2,3-dimethyl-butane-2-ol. So the products are totally different. It means the reaction intermediates, they are going to drive the reaction towards a specific kind of product. Okay, have you understood this? These are the type of questions which come in your competitions. This is what organic chemistry is all about in your competitions. So you need to know that the mechanism, when we are doing it by this reaction, it is going to give us this because it is following the anti-Markovnikov's rule. Here it is following the 1,2-methyl shift. Carbocation, formation of a stable carbocation. Okay? Then the next, third one which we are going to do now is hydrolysis of esters. Okay, so we're getting going on to the third method of preparation. Hydrolysis of esters. Hydrolysis means addition of water. And what is an ester? It is a derivative of carboxylic acid where the hydrogen has been substituted by an alkyl group. Right? So plus H2O, we can take either acidic or basic medium, either of the two, when there is going to be a cleavage of the bond which is going to take place over here. Right? So we are going to get an alcohol. Okay, so alcohol means we will get an acid RCOOH plus we are going to get ROH. Okay, now let's take an example over here. It is generally seen that alcohols which are more volatile than acids, they can be separated by distillation. Alcohols, when we are getting a mixture of alcohols and acids over here, alcohols they are more volatile. More volatile का मतलब क्या हुआ? More volatile means that they are going to have lower boiling points. Okay? So if they have lower boiling points, they can be easily separated from acid by distillation. So let's see what is happening, how the cleavage of the bond that is taking place over here. If you're looking at any ester, we are taking over here methyl ethanoate. Okay? Now over here when H2O that is going to attack the cleavage of the bond that is going to take place from here. So this cleavage helps you to manipulate the product. So we have over here CH3, C double bond O, OH from water that attacks over here, and hydrogen from water is going to attack to form the alcohol. So we have CH3OH, right? Tertiary halides, they are not going to give us a very good yield while we are preparing alcohols by this method, right? Then the fourth method which we are going to do, that is hydrolysis of ethers. Hydrolysis of ethers they are the ROR group. So if you're doing the hydrolysis that is going to take place in presence of an acid, so we're taking over here dilute H2SO4, we are going to boil the reaction mixture, when we are going to get over here ROH and ROH. So we're going to get a mixture of alcohols. Okay, so we're getting over here mixture of alcohols. So if we have, let's say, an unsymmetrical ether like this, ethyl methyl ether, or this is IUPAC name, that is going to be methoxyethane. Okay, so इसके साथ it will reacting water in presence of dilute H2SO4, we are going to get CH3OH plus C2H5OH. Okay, so these are the two compounds which we are going to get. Then the next, fifth is action of nitrous acid on primary amines. Action of nitrous acid on 1-degree amine. So what is 1-degree amine? It is RNH2. Just to explain to you the reaction, I am going to write the next compound as nitrous acid is HONO. So when you are adding these, the cleavage that is going to take place like this. Right? So the reaction is NaNO2 plus HCl. This is going to give us ROH plus N2 and plus water. Okay, so this is how alcohols they are going to be formed. Now if they have given you a cyclic compound of the type इस तरह से कोई कंपाउंड आपको दिया हुआ है और इसको रिएक्ट करना है HNO2 के साथ. So it's only the NH2 that is going to be substituted by the OH group. Same mechanism is going to be followed. The product is nothing happens to the CH3. It is only the NH2 which is substituted by the OH. Okay, and if you're taking benzylamine is C6H5 CH2NH2. If you're reacting this with HNO2, what are we going to get over here? Nitrogen और वो निकल जाएगा and we are going to get over here benzyl alcohol. Okay, plus N2 plus H2O. So we have C6H5 CH2OH plus N2 plus H2O. Right? So this is what we are going to get over here. Okay. Now this method that is generally used for the preparation of lower alcohols. Lower alcohols matlab those which have lesser number of carbon atoms. Okay. So this method that is generally used. Now we come to very, very important reaction over here. That is the reduction of carbonyl compounds. So very, very important this thing. The next is reduction of carbonyl compounds. And these carbonyl compounds, they will have both, we will consider over here acids as well as esters both. Okay. Now over here there are going to be a number of reducing agents which we will be using during these reactions. We can use zinc in presence of HCl. We can use sodium in presence of C2H5OH. We can also use lithium aluminium hydride, or we can also use sodium borohydride. Okay, so we can use all of these, and other reducing agents which we can use over here, they are finely divided metals. Like nickel, platinum, palladium, etc. So we can use any of these. Now let's go on to the reaction. The first reaction which we are going to do over here is a name reaction. It is Bourbon-Blanc reaction. So it is Boval blank reaction. Okay. Now over here when we are doing this reaction, generally the reducing agent which we are going to use over here, that is sodium in alcohol, in ethyl alcohol. This is the most common one, but we can also use any of these finely divided metals over here. So this is a very simple kind of a reaction which we have. The reaction takes place by reduction with the help of nascent hydrogen, okay? And we can use either nickel, platinum or palladium, and this is going to give us RCH2OH, okay? Or you can take an example, we have CH3CHO plus 2H. We are reacting this in presence of sodium in ethyl alcohol. So this is going to give us what? This will give us CH3CH2OH, right? If you're taking a ketone, ketone is going to give us a secondary alcohol. You're taking a ketone over here, the reaction will take place again in presence of nascent hydrogen, in presence of lithium aluminium hydride, or we can also use over here B2H6 in presence of ether, which is going to give us RCH2OH plus water. Oh, sorry. It's going to give us a secondary alcohol. So what are we going to get over here is RCHOH and R dash. Okay? So we get a secondary alcohol over here. If we're taking an acid means we are taking again RC double bond OH. If you're taking an acid over here, the reaction will take place in presence of lithium aluminium hydride to give us alcohol plus water. Okay, so this is going to give us alcohol plus water, and if you're taking ester, it is going to give us a mixture of alcohols. This is going to give us a mixture of alcohols. Okay? So this is your Boval blank reaction, right? Then we have reduction with lithium aluminium hydride, the second one. Reduction with lithium aluminium hydride. In this case, we use generally, this is lithium aluminium hydride, that is going to be a strong reducing agent, right? Now this reducing agent, it may be soluble in ether or it may be soluble in tetrahydrofuran, THF. Now generally it is seen that tertiary alcohols, they cannot be prepared by this method. And this method is used if there is going to be a double bond which is present in the compound. So if we have CH3, CH, double bond CH and CHO, okay, and over here we are reacting this with lithium aluminium hydride, the double bond that is not going to be hindered, that remains as it is, and the compound which we will get over here is CH double bond CH, CH2OH. So you see over here that there is going to be no change in the position of the double bond. Is it clear? But if we are taking acetophenol, now over here also when benzene ring mein there's going to be no difference. We are going to get over here OH, which is going to be placed over here. So we have lithium aluminium hydride. The OH is going to be placed on the carbon. So what do we have? And CH3. What is going to be the name of this? It is going to be 2-phenyl ethane 2-ol. Okay, so that is going to be the name. And if we have a cyclic compound in presence of lithium aluminium hydride, this is going to give us OH. Okay, so this is the reduction with lithium aluminium hydride. Right? So let's go on to, agar yehi wali reduction, if there is a double bond and we are doing the reduction with nickel, then the product that is going to be different. If we have CH2, CH, double bond CH, CHO, and we are doing the reduction in presence of nickel. Over here the double bond that is going to be altered now. Okay? So the double bond that is not going to be there anymore. We have CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2 and OH. Okay, so again if we are using lithium aluminium hydride, as you can see over here, the double bond that is going to be retained. If you are using nickel, the double bond that is not going to be retained in this particular reaction. Right, so we just want to take a chart, or we just want to take a summary of whatever products which we are going to get if you're using different reducing agents, so that it's easy for you to manipulate the product. Okay, so what is going to be the reducing agents? Let's say we are taking the functional group, then we are taking the product, the reduction product, and we are taking any possible reducing agents. Possible reducing agents. Okay? So let's go on to the functional group over here first. We have CHO. The reduction product over here will be CH2OH. If the reducing agents which we are using is either lithium aluminium hydride, or we are using sodium borohydride, or we are using B2H6 in presence of tetrahydrofuran. Okay, or even if you are using nickel in presence of H2, the product that is going to be an alcohol. If you are taking a ketone, this is a primary alcohol which we have got. If we are taking a ketone, we are going to get a secondary alcohol with the same functional groups which we are using, right? So we are going to get a secondary alcohol with the same reducing agent, So if we are using any of these reducing agents with a ketone, we are going to get a secondary alcohol.